Hi everybody. Guess what today is? That's right, this is a pizza pan, but I'm not going to use this pan. I'm actually going to use this pan. Yes, did you know you can make pizza in a cast iron skillet? Well, you can. There's a lot of amazing dishes that you can make in here, and pizza is just one of them. So I'm going to show you the secret of making a delicious Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Even though I'm a New York girl at heart and I love the pizza, I decided I wanted to try a deep dish. So actually I went ahead already and I put melted butter in here because that's what the recipe calls for. So I didn't want to skip a step and I wanted to show you. So this has melted butter, but we can put it on the side for a while. And Tracker's here, he's leaving already because he wasn't in the first shoot. So he's in, you leaving already, Track? He's a little tired today. Aw. Yeah, I am too. Okay, so like I said, our recipe today is pizza. And I actually wore this apron because I got it in Naples when I went there. Naples is actually the heart of where pizza began. And their pizza over there is actually even a little different than the pizza over here in the States, but it's all good. We love it all. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you, this is all the ingredients you need to make a delicious deep dish pizza. Now when I started researching it on how, there's like a million recipes for it. All different flours, all different stuff, and I've honestly never had a deep dish pizza. We're not going to count Pizza Hut in there. I'm not going to lie, I have had Pizza Hut. But this is a real authentic original one. So I went ahead already, and I actually put the directions and the ingredients up on Facebook already. I put a picture of the pizza, and I put this in the comments so you guys would have it already for yourselves. So I actually have to follow along because I've never made it. I did make one at the restaurant last night. Came out pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So, and we have a really good pizza maker at the restaurant, and I asked him even, and he was like, "Wow, that looks really good." So I must have done something right. All right. So what we're going to do here is we have the KitchenAid here, and we have the dough hook attached because this is what we're going to use to form a ball. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 3 cups of flour. Now this is semolina, and you could also use AP flour, which is all-purpose flour. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this in. And you see it looks like a little bit more coarse than a regular flour. It's like a little bit different color, but it works really good. It makes a very smooth crust. So we're going to do 3 cups of this. 2, actually 3 and a half. And this is just going to be enough, honestly, for one pizza. So could you imagine, like when you're in a restaurant or at like pizza places and they have to make dough, it is so much flour and so, I mean, they just buy bags and bags of huge flour. When we used to make pizzas at the restaurant, which we don't anymore, we got too busy, but that's a good thing. And my son and my son-in-law Anthony were the pizza makers, and they just became so busy that we didn't have time to make dough and let it set because, you know, it's a long process. All right, so there we go. There's 3 and a half cups of flour in here. And the next thing we're going to do is salt because we have to flavor this. So we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. And your backtrack, you're waiting for something to fall, but there's really nothing good here. Not yet, anyway. All right, so we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt, and we're going to put this in. And then we're going to use, which is going to seem a little bit strange to you guys, but we're going to use cream of tartar. Now, usually when you want stuff to rise, you use baking powder because it puffs. Is that right, what I was saying?
Powder puffs.
That's right. But this one we're going to use cream of tartar. And you might think, well, that's kind of weird. When you think of cream of tartar, everyone thinks of lemon meringue pie, because that's how you get the egg whites to get really stiff and stabilize. But we're going to use it in here as a leavening agent. It's a weird kind of, I had to actually look it up on the internet, what was cream of tartar.
I had no clue.
Because if I'm going to have somebody use it, I want to kind of give them a clue why it is. And I actually wrote it down. It's called tartanic acid. So that's where the tartar comes from. And it's used for stabilizing egg whites. It prevents sugar from crystallizing. So that's why it's good in the meringue, because you don't get that gritty sugar taste. You know, it kind of smooths that out. And it acts as a leavening agent. So if you don't have baking powder, you can always use cream of tartar.
Huh.
Yes. And baking powder actually has cream of tartar in it and baking soda. So it's 3 things in one. That's why it's so good. But we're just going to use this one today. So In case you were just wondering.
What does it taste like?
It's very bitter. You want to taste it?
I'm just like thinking tartar sauce.
No.
Okay.
It's an acid, so when you put it on your tongue, you go like this.
Yeah, that's tartar sauce.
Some people like tartar sauce. All right, this is an 1/8 of a teaspoon.
Good
so
Lord.
I don't even know if you have that. Oh my God, you do. You have an 1/8.
All right.
Look at that. Okay, that is basically all you need as your leavening agent. And now we'll put this in the closet and we will keep it for ages.
Yeah.
Make either more pizza or a lemon meringue pie.
Don't leave it here.
I'm filling up your cabinets.
I will never use that.
All right. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to use yeast because every time you need to make a baking product, it has yeast. And you have the rapid rise yeast or you have like the regular quick yeast. If you were going to use the quick yeast, you would have to put it in with some water and a little bit of sugar because the sugar and the water, the room temperature water together makes it bloom. And that means like it just makes it like a gel consistency and then you would put it in. So we're just going to put this in now because this is a rapid rising yeast. So you can put it right in with the dry ingredients. So we're going to do this, put that in there. And then the recipe calls for oil. It's half of a cup and 3 tablespoons. I didn't make this up, so I'm just following along just like you guys. Half a cup. All right, so that's how we have pure vegetable oil here. So we're going to put that in. So it's a half of a cup, right?
3 tablespoons.
And 3 tablespoons. Seems kind of, that's 2 already. This is cutest little thing.
You bought it.
Oh, I should have known. All right, so we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And there's that. So now we're going to just put this hook down and we're going to put it on low and we're going to wait for it to kind of all combine together and it's going to hopefully form a ball in the bottom. And now after it forms a ball, I must tell you, you have to put this in someplace warm for 6 hours. It takes a long time. So this is not something that you could come home from work and say, I want to whip up a pizza. You could if you already bought store-bought pizza dough, which they have, which are really good too. But this actually takes time and you have to let this proof, which means it's got to puff up. And then in a warm place, because that's how the yeast stays active. So we're hopefully going to get a ball out of this. You have to adjust the oil. And we got to play with this. And all different temperatures, like throughout the day, have the same effect on it. Like if it's maybe like a humid day, you might have to fix the water levels and the oil and all that. It's very temperamental that way. That's why honestly, like pizza in New York is a lot different than pizza here. And it's the water and it's the humidity in the air. Okay, so we're just going to put this together. And I can tell it's already going to form a ball because it's getting like thick and clumpy. And so what you would do is we're going to push down the sides again. And we're going to, yep, there it is. See how it sticks together? And now if you take this out, I don't want to take it out. I will in a little bit, but I'm not going to take it out now. If you take this out, I'll take this off so you guys can see better. It'll form a ball. And that's the kind of dough it is. And so you want to take that, and then you want to put that in a oil pan. So you take a ball. This turns to this because this was done a while ago. So this was oiled in here so it doesn't stick. So this is what the dough looks like. And that yeast, see how that yeast gets in it? And that's what you're looking for. So I'm going to take this now and we're going to finish our pizza this way. I'm hoping you guys are able to follow along here.
You don't want to sit on live for 6 hours?
I don't know. I don't think anybody else would want to. I think people might get sick of them.
I mean, we'll call out of work.
A little busy tonight. We got some things going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so your pizza dough, of course, is going to be really, really stretchy. It's not going to want to stretch out. So you could, stretch it like this. I've stretched a lot of pizzas in my life. My son actually taught me how to make pizza. He's an excellent pizza maker. And he can spin them in the air and flip them all around. But you definitely have to use your knuckles. You don't want to, you don't want to use your fingernails. Okay, so we're just putting this around. Doesn't have to be perfect. And it's going to have like a lot of that elasticity in it still. But that's okay. We'll just keep pushing it up as we go. There we go. It doesn't have to go over like a pie. It doesn't have to be that way. We're just going to keep making this crust around. And this is going to rise as it cooks. Okay. So the first thing I like to put down is a small coating here, just of a little marinara, just to give it a little bit of flavor on the bottom. So we do this, and this is just our meat cheese marinara. You could just get a small jar, of anything, store-bought. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down 6 slices. I like provolone cheese. It's my absolute favorite. And as I'm putting the stuff in, you can just push kind of down. See, it's going to take the shape as we keep pushing down.
What size pan is this?
This is a 12-inch. 12-inch. You could stretch it probably to 14 if you have one, because it just, all depends with this pizza dough. Okay, so I have my provolone on there. And now next thing I'm going to do pepperoni. And you can do the little ones too. Just make sure you cover the whole surface here. So we're just going to go ahead and put our pepperonis in. Like this. Just like a flower. And just keep pressing the sides as you go. And that's going to keep the shape going. Now next, I did ground sausage. You can actually put in whatever you want to. It's your pizza. If you want to do a vegetarian one, you can do all the vegetables in here. You can do mushrooms, you can do peppers, onions, like all that good stuff. I just happened to do a meat one. So this was just ground sausage, and I browned it in a pan with just a little bit of salt and pepper. So we put that in there, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put down shredded mozz. See, once you get past the making of the dough and the actual crust, it's very easy to make this. And like I said, if you wanted to buy one at the store, you could. I know they have them, I think, in the deli section, something like that. I'm not positive. There you go. And then the last thing we're going to put on is a little more sauce. We're going to cover all this now, because that's what this is supposed to look like, a pie. With a regular pizza, you leave the cheese exposed. But I noticed with the deep dish ones, all of them are topped like this, and then they just get a sprinkling of Parmesan on the top of this. And the one I made yesterday came out really good. Abby actually scared me because I put it in one of the ovens at work, and I walked away. So I was sitting there on the phone, and she goes, "Pizza's burned." I said, "What?" She goes, "I burned the pizza." I said, "Oh my God, how could I burn that? It was for tomorrow." She goes, "Yeah, it's burned." So I was so upset, and I go in the back and I took a look, and I was like, "It's beautiful." It's a beautiful pizza that came out, and we're gonna eat it.
I mean, Tom already ate like 75% of it.
Yeah, guys, I gotta be honest. This pizza is just basically a piece. We're just gonna sprinkle Parmesan on the top like this, and that's how you finish this deep dish pizza. Doesn't that look pretty?
Yeah.
I love it. Look how simple it was. So this is going to go in the oven, and all the butter around the inside of the pan just makes the crust nice and flavorful.
Yeah.
It gets like that brown crust. It's so good. And all this bakes inside. It's ooey gooey. So you put that in the oven, but we're going to show you.
What's the temp and how long?
Oh, yeah, I have it right on the directions here. It's 450, between 20 and 30 minutes. It just depends how deep you fill it, and how big your pan is. So if it's really deep and you fill it a lot, 30 minutes. If not, 20. But always check it and see. Look at the crust, because everything's baked inside, so it's just heating it through. Watch out, Bubba. All right, now I want to show you what this deep dish looked like. How delicious is this?
Dang.
How beautiful. this was the pizza, guys. So look how nice that crust came out here. And it's nice and crusty. Has all the cheese inside. It's so good. Yeah, I made it at work and I shared it as a taste tester. And then, here, I'm going to get you a piece.
Oh, thanks.
And then I brought it home, and my son dove into it. And then when I woke up this morning, I noticed my husband had taken a piece also. So I'm surprised I had any pizza left at all. Okay, so we're going to cut into this here. And I'm going to show you the inside. See, guys, look at the inside. It's like all, you lift that cheese part up, it's all this. Oh, God, I'm starving. You ready?
Yes.
It's not too hot, okay?
That's fine.
I could have cut it for you. All
I
right.
think I got it, yeah.
You did. All right, are we ready? How is it? Hot?
Uh-huh.
How could it be that hot? Not that hot.
It's pretty hot, but it's very good. Normally,
God.
I'm like a thin crust, but I love this crust. I had a piece yesterday too.
Well,
It
yeah,
was
I'm
so
thin-
good.
we're
Yeah.
raised on thin crust, but honestly, guys, this is so delicious. I see why now they almost ate it all on me.
Yeah, lots of flavor.
Oh my goodness, you have the sausage, the pepperoni, the provolone, the sauce, and the crust is absolutely delicious. So if you want to make this, I have it posted on my page, and just, like it and share it. And I want to see some pictures of people's pizza. You ready for a good weekend, Track? Huh? Say goodbye, Tracks. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next Friday.